Welcome back, guys. So today we're down at Port Botany in Sydney, and today we're going to be fishing for the elusive Sydney ghost. I'm going to be using a mix of vibes and soft plastics to target jewfish down here at Port Botany, and if that doesn't pay off, then we'll probably switch over to hard bodies and try and shoot for some brim or flathead. It's really freaking windy down here today, so I'm not expecting very good audio quality, but we'll persevere and see what we can get on the old metal vibe and 4-inch grub. Conditions are against me at the moment. It's basically about to hit low tide. It's the middle of the day and it's extremely sunny. The plan will be to hit the drop off at the port. I'm sure they dredge around the port to try and maintain a reasonable depth for the boats, so I'm going to try and target the drop off at the port, and there's a bit of a creek that sort of drains down into this drop off. Alright, Port of Botany, here we go. First cast. So today I'm going to start off with a metal vibe. So I'm not really going to persevere with this mulloway fishing for too long because I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. But I thought I'd come down and give it a quick little look in. So no big fish. I'm going to give up on the big fish and go for something a little bit smaller. I've brought my 1 to 3 kilo rod, so I'm just going to rig that up and then flick around a few hard bodies for some brim or some flathead. So there's a nice little flat that sort of drains out into the port here. I'm just going to walk up and fish the bits that you're allowed to fish and see if there's anything nibbling. Alright, so I'm back in business. I'm just going to start off with a little chubby and drag it around this little canal. See if there's anything biting. Just gonna knock on the door basically. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Lots of nibbles. And looks like leather jackets. Fantastic. Alright, keep moving. So I'm just sort of making my way upstream from the entrance to this little stream, mud flat, whatever you want to call it. Probably only getting about 6 or 7 meters distance on a cast from the wind pushing me back. Hopefully this Z-man survives the pickers a bit more and we can actually hook a fish. Oh, here comes a nice big school of bait fish. Perfect. Perfect, so perfect. Beautiful. Oh, there it is. Oh, yes, that's a fish. The flathead. Should we let him run a bit? Pressure on. All right. Whew. First landed fish of the day. So a small, tiny little flathead. So I'm just going to come down, release him, swimming off. But he wasn't gut hooked, but he was definitely hooked pretty deep. Poor bastard. But I think he'll survive. There we go. So that is fish number 1 for the day. It's basically the end of my day too, but it's nice to have some success at a new spot. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep walking, keep casting. Now that the wind's changed, it's sort of working to my advantage. So the the wind is pushing against the current, so now I can cast upstream of the tide and then bring the lure back in towards me. Alright, so I haven't been aimlessly wandering. I've been sort of trying to make my way up to this drain, but very, very slowly. So now you can see I'm at this nice big drain area, so I'm just going to try and fan a few casts around here, because it should be a good spot. Well, it was the wind that got me there in the end, and that wind was punishing to cast into. So I just finished up on that little drain. I definitely will be coming back down here again, I think. I'm not going to bother too much with the silver ghosts, but I definitely want to come down here and crack the brim and the flathead. I mean, it's not too hard. You know, the conditions down here for flathead and brim are pretty perfect. There's lots of little scattered weed beds and, you know, lots of little holes. Plus it's, you know, some of the most toxic sludge sitting in the bottom of this little creek. So there's not too much competition. Like, people aren't coming down here to have a fish and a feed. So there's plenty of fish around to catch. But I am planning to target some larger species of fish over the summer. I mean, it is pelagic season, so I would like to really put some time into kingfish or bonito or stuff like that. So I've got a few ideas about where and how I'm going to hook onto those, but I also need to, you know, refine some of my technique. I mean, I haven't actually caught, I think I've only caught one brim on hard body so far, so I want to refine some of my hard body techniques this summer. So thanks for joining me down here at Port Botany. Thanks for supporting the channel, and stay tuned.